Hi then. Hello. So I am Andrew, as you may have noticed, from my previous videos, I've gotten a haircut and whatnot. Anyway, that's besides the point of what I come to speak about today. Sorry if I'm sounding a little bit quiet. Most of my family members are asleep at this moment, and yes, I am making this video a little bit late. And apologies to whoever's watching this if I kind of rush through things because, I procrastinate a lot on this. Either way, this is where I speak about the good and bad effects of gambling. Me as a person who has gambled many times in video games have a lot of experience from the bad luck that's given to the player during, you know, certain situations that they're in. Maybe you're gambling with luck. Maybe you're gambling when moved that late. Maybe you're gambling of when you're going to get an assignment done. Maybe you're also gambling on the choices of whether or not you're going to get a good grade or something, etc., etc. Gambling can be included with chance and a lot of things. Now, to mainly prioritize onto like first of all the bad things that people notice a lot about gambling is what I've researched from exactly GamCare. They've said that not many people even realize that the relatives who are gamblers are even gambling until they finally realize the. Let me turn off this light here. Sorry. Until they've finally like seen this financial like situation that this person has put themselves into. Because when they don't really notice because what they see at first is they see their relative like, oh, I'm in a good financial state, nothing bad is happening. But once they see their relative going down and digging themselves a deeper hole, then they're like, okay, I need to look more into this, like what's happening with them. And then that's when they realize that the relative has what is considered a gambling problem. Onwards into another site that I gathered this bad effects information from was GambleAware. And it's shown that quicker gambling activities can cause individuals to develop more of a gambling problem, such as slots. Those will cause you to have worse of a gambling problem due to how quick it is, due to how much it like brings you into the visualization that you're, well, I'm winning all of this money and I'm doing it super quickly. Sorry, trying to get comfortable. But like just doing it really quickly. And it's been shown here that those who play online casino games would have a worse like gambling problem than those who would do like regular sports bets on like teams such as NFL or horse racing. And another serious issue that's been spoken about on the Gamblers Help website is that there are relationship issues that also come with gambling. Like if you have a loved one, you could be digging themselves a hole with you. Of course, there are like dangerous people who come with this gambling situation. You always have loan sharks if you're taking loans to grab money for the gambling. Or you even have people in casinos who themselves want to just stir issues with you. And that's where, of course, these relationship issues come into because those connections, those loving connections you have with those people, could be damaged if you maybe have this pent up anger or like having anxiety and just don't want to be near them anymore due to how much you feel under the pressure that you're just now in debt and you got to pay all of this back and you think you're just going to do it all with gambling, which leads to you digging yourself a bigger gambling addiction, and having more of a gambler problem. So, of course, these people who like dig their relatives into this hole have a like due to them losing a huge loss of a large amount of money makes them even feel guilty from the situation, of course, since they caused this whole financial issue. Now, as for the good things though that come with gambling, of course, not all gambling has to be bad. Like I said, there could be like tedious ones that come with like gotcha games, such as any game that makes you go to like choose role for your character, basically, if some of you were to know that. And it could be just a source of entertainment that people do. That's why we have casinos to this day. It gives people that excitement and adrenaline that people want instead of putting themselves out there in a dangerous situation to get that sort of excitement. Like people can receive all this excitement from like maybe hitting big on a slot machine as I mentioned before, or even boasting about them hitting a huge 21 in blackjack, like a perfect natural one. This was also mentioned on pbs.org, where that gambling sites, well, gambling areas can also be a source of jobs and tax revenue since you can earn money from those, and you can even have people work there since, of course, you need dealers and managers for each category within the casino, such as maybe your sports betting inside the casino, or you're just simply playing some roulette or poker game. And another site that's told me about these good things are, sorry, if I can find here real quick, is Health Tech Zone. Sorry for that short pause. But it brings into light the excitement and good behind gambling also, where it explains how gambling can help with socialization, since of course you go and meet people while you're gambling. It improves your, you know, conversational skills. Gambling can sometimes make you happier due to that excitement. And if you have good moderation on your gambling, it won't be as bad as many people find it to be. Now, that's the end of my presentation. I hope you learned anything from it. And if you're maybe going to start gambling from this, make sure you keep it in check. All right, goodbye.